They say who you are when no one is watching is who you truly are. This is the story of a woman tested not by chance but by design, by a man who trusted no one, and who learned something that day he never expected to find. It happened on a quiet morning, inside a mansion filled with cold elegance, marble floors, tall windows, antique clocks ticking through silence. The kind of place where every footstep echoes and every object screams wealth. But in one room, something unusual had been left wide open. A safe, unattended, unlocked, exposed. Inside, bundles of cash, gold chains, diamond rings, and rare watches. More than enough to erase someone's debt, to change their life. It looked like a mistake, but it wasn't. It was a setup. And watching from the shadows just beyond the hallway was Mr. William Hartley, the man who owned it all. A businessman worth over $100 million. Known for his cold logic and tighter grip on trust, he had been betrayed more times than he could count. His business partner embezzled millions. His wife left him with lawyers and losses. Friends became opportunists. Staff stole from him. So William built walls around his money and his heart. Then came Rosa Alvarez, a 32-year-old housekeeper who joined his staff almost a year ago. She showed up early, did her job silently, never asked for more than her paycheck. A widow with 2 daughters struggling to stay afloat. Her mother was sick, her rent was behind, but she never complained, never slipped, never cut corners. To William, that made her suspicious. No one in his world was that pure. So, he set a test. He told security to disable the cameras in the east hallway for repairs. Then, before Rosa arrived, he opened the safe in his study, left it wide open, completely exposed, and then he hid. At 8:45 a.m., right on schedule, Rosa walked into the study. At first, she didn't see it. She moved like she always did, quiet, focused. Then the light hit the safe. Her head turned. She froze, her eyes locked on the open vault, the money, the jewelry, just sitting there. She looked around. Nothing. No one. William held his breath from behind the archway. She stepped forward, slowly. Her shoes clicked softly on the marble floor. She reached the safe, and then she did something that stopped him cold. She didn't touch the money. Instead, she pulled out a cloth from her apron and gently began to dust the safe. Not rushing, not sneaking, just cleaning. She adjusted a bundle that had slid slightly forward, placing it neatly back in line. Her fingers never brushed the bills. Her eyes didn't linger. She was careful, respectful, like the safe was sacred. Then she paused and pulled something from her pocket. A small photograph, folded, faded, clearly handled 100 times. She stared at it for a moment, then kissed it. From his position, William could barely make it out. But later, he'd learn it was a photo of her 2 daughters standing beside their grandmother in a hospital bed. Rosa whispered something too soft to hear, and placed the photo back in her pocket. Then with quiet hands, she gently closed the safe, not quickly, not fearfully, like someone closing a door that was never hers to open. She turned and left the room, and William stood in silence. He didn't move, didn't speak, because something in him, something he thought was long dead, was moved. He expected dishonesty, a mistake, a hand that faltered. But he got integrity, pure, quiet, unshakable. That night, William didn't sleep. He kept replaying the moment in his mind. The photo, the kiss, the untouched money. He had tested her soul, and what he found was something rare. The next morning, Rosa walked into the kitchen like always. Except this time, there was a letter on the counter, her name written in bold pen strokes. She opened it carefully.